Villager, Mega Man, Wii Fit Trainer, Little Mac, Greninja, Mii Fighter, Palutena, and Pac-Man. All are newcomers in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS. Now, will Chrom, Shulk, and the Chorus Kids follow in their footsteps? And how will they do so? Hello and welcome to another prediction video, this time about the potential newcomers Chrom, Shulk, and the Chorus Kids. If you don't know, they are the last 3 remaining characters of the Gematsu League, which has correctly predicted 8 out of 9 of all the newcomers in Super Smash Bros. Wii U 3DS thus far. This video will cover how I think each of them will fight with their style and special moves. However, bear in mind I've taken inspiration from other people's movesets, and that all of these ideas aren't solely mine. First off, possibly the most oddball of the trio, the Chorus Kids from the Rhythm Heaven series. I've only played a bit of Rhythm Heaven on the DS, so I had to do a lot of research for this one. Please bear with me if my ideas are ridiculous. Anyway, the Chorus Kids appear in Rhythm Heaven's Glee Club minigame, where they sing in a trio, with the third being controlled by the player. The goal is to sing in rhythm, and if the third messes up, the other two are extremely annoyed. In addition to singing normally, their voices can even reach scream-like levels. Their attacks would probably reference other Rhythm Heaven minigames, sort of like Mr. Game & Watch and the Game & Watch series. A lot of their moves could reference dance moves and poses from certain rhythm games. During E3, a character from Rhythm Heaven, the Sneaky Spirit, appeared in Smash Run and was two-dimensional like Mr. Game & Watch. The Chorus Kids would probably be the same to retain Rhythm Heaven's hand-drawn art style. Moving on, here's probably my only unique idea for these guys. The character could appear as one Chorus Kid, but extend to 3 for certain attacks, sort of like folding paper. This could work for smash attacks, having the 2 other Chorus Kids extend to the side for the side smash, and on either side for a down smash. It could also help prevent performance loss in the 3DS version from having 3 characters always on the screen at once. Now for some special attacks. For the neutral, 1 or more of the Chorus Kids sing, which pushes opponents away with a sound wave. This references the Glee Club minigame. For the side special, the first Chorus Kid takes a battle stance and punches, sending a flower pot in an arc. Pressing the button twice sends another pot flying farther with a spinning kick. This references the Karate Man minigame. For the up special, the Chorus Kid could roll on the ground a short distance and then jump high into the air. When used in the air, the Chorus Kid will drop a short distance while rolling before making the jump. This references the credits minigame in Rhythm Heaven Fever, Nightwalk, where a character who looks like the Chorus Kids, Marshall, is playable. For the down special, one of the Chorus Kids could stomp the ground, which sends a turnip into the air. Pressing the button again will send the projectile up and forward. This attack would only work while on the ground, and references the Crop Stomp minigame. And finally, for a final smash, the conductor from Glee Club could appear to direct the Chorus Kids in song. They could sing 3 notes quickly, and then release a scream when the conductor says, "Together now?" The scream could release a sound wave that pushes opponents away, sort of like Jigglypuff's Puff Up from Brawl. Up next, let's take a look at the protagonist of Fire Emblem Awakening, descendant of the Hero King, wielder of the Falchion, and Prince of Elise, Chrom. When coming up with a moveset for Chrom, my goal was to make him as different from Marth and Ike as possible, which I think I've done with his special moves. Otherwise, Chrom will probably attack with his sword, using animations from Fire Emblem Awakening. Chrom begins the game as the Lord class, but when he's upgraded to Great Lord, that's when things get interesting. As a Great Lord, Chrom gains the ability to not only wield lances, but his design has the Fire Emblem on his shoulder, which, if you didn't know, the Fire Emblem is actually a shield. Of course, that might depend entirely on if they give Chrom his Great Lord design. Of course, Chrom could theoretically pull out the Fire Emblem or use a lance anyway, so assume that's the case for my moveset. For a neutral special, Chrom could throw a javelin as a projectile. A javelin counts as a type of lance. The javelin wouldn't have high knockback, but it would pierce enemies and stick into the ground as a spike to do additional damage. For a side special, Chrom could rush opponents with the Fire Emblem, and in the air, he can act after using it. As an up special, I'm stretching it here, but I think it would be cool if a wind tome appeared under Chrom, sending him more upwards than horizontally. Because Chrom can't normally use tomes, he would look rather clumsy when using it and wouldn't be able to act after using it. Of course, a more probable up special could be the spinning attack you're probably watching in this cutscene. For a down special, a counter! Actually, no, just kidding. Instead of a counter, how about the ability to use another skill, Rally? In Fire Emblem, rallies are used to increase the abilities of surrounding ally units. He could use it sort of like the Wii Fit Trainer's deep breathing to increase his attack power. I feel that an ability like this would better represent the tactical style of the Fire Emblem series. And finally, for a final smash, another move that brings forth the strategy of Fire Emblem, Chrom calls the Shepherds, a militia group led by him, to attack opponents. A few of the more well-known characters would probably appear with different attack styles, sort of like multiple assist trophies. Although, I'm not sure how the 3DS version of Smash Bros. Would fare with this. And the third of this trio, heir to the Monado and protagonist of Xenoblade Chronicles, Shulk, which, by the way, is way more fun to say in a British accent like they do in the game. Shulk. Anyway, I've watched Chugga Conroy's Let's Play of Xenoblade Chronicles and decided to go pick up a copy. I've played up to about where he is in his Let's Play at the time of this uploading, and I think I have a pretty good idea of how Shulk could play. In Xenoblade, and according to Chugga Conroy, Shulk is rather a glass cannon, so his attacks would probably hit hard, but he would be light and easy to KO in Smash Bros. Shulk uses the Monado, a sword that has strange abilities that even Shulk doesn't understand at the beginning of the game, even though it seems he is the only one who can wield it fully. For special moves, in Xenoblade, many of Shulk's attacks, called arts, depend on what direction he attacks from. This opens some unique moveset options for him. First, for his neutral special, his backslash art, which could do more damage when attacking from behind an opponent. In Xenoblade, Shulk can work with allies in order to afflict break, topple, and daze to stun opponents. An enemy afflicted with break can be toppled, and an enemy who is toppled can be dazed. Shulk could mimic this in his side special by attacking with a jab, followed by an upward slash in an attempt to trip or stun the opponent. This could easily be followed up with a roll and a backslash as a nice combo for him. Onto his up special, Shulk could use the only one of his arts that involves jumping, Air Slash, where he could jump and perform a powerful horizontal slash at the peak of the attack. For a down special, Shulk could have a counter, and yes, I'm serious this time, which I think would fit Shulk very well because of the Monado's ability to give him visions of the future in battle. And finally, for his final smash, Shulk could activate the Monado to unleash its most powerful attack, Monado Buster, where the Monado's glowing blade increases in length, and Shulk brings it down with a mighty swing. Phew, and that's everything I got for you. If you'd like to take a look at my ideas more in depth, I've included a link to a Google presentation that talks about each of these characters even more, including possible taunts, alternate colors, and further representation of each series. So now, do you believe the Gematsu leak will come true? And do you think there will be more newcomers besides these three? After all, the leak never mentioned the inclusion of Rosalina. Personally, I think it will come true, but I hope there are more newcomers just because it would be disappointing if we already knew all of the rest of the new characters. Anyway, that's all I have for this video. Leave your opinions in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.